In 1871, a 5-foot 4-inch dynamo named Eugene Allen Smith arrived in Tuscaloosa. He had left the University of Mississippi to teach geology and mineralogy in the newly reopened University of Alabama. His prospects were dismal. Few students, a poorly lighted basement laboratory with no equipment, and no books, because federal troops had burned the library in 1865. Immediately he set to work with other professors to rebuild the book collection, to organize a sports program for students, to form a symphony orchestra, and in other ways to enrich life in the local life. He lobbied the state legislature to reinstate the office of state geologist, for he believed Alabama could recover from the devastation of the Civil War only through development of its natural resources. When he was finally appointed state geologist, he received no salary for the first 10 years and no transportation was furnished. Yet, he visited every county in the state, enduring chills, fevers, voracious insects, and verbal abuse from hinterlanders when he identified as worthless the gold, silver, lead, and diamonds they thought they had found. He wrote reports and articles to publicize his discoveries, to moneyed northern investors. He held office in national geological societies, made speeches at every opportunity, wrote letters to influential men. He discovered new plants and corresponded with leading botanists. What he accomplished became the catalyst that transformed Alabama from an aimless, poverty-stricken state to an industrial giant to be reckoned with. In his journal, he recounted much history, and with his camera, he recorded an Alabama that none of us never knew. He wrote of getting lost where there were no road signs, of his wagon breaking down where there were no roads. He sat up all night nursing colicky mules, and sometimes had to backtrack 7 miles to find mules that had escaped in the night. The story of Little Doc, as I have told it in Eugene Allen Smith's Alabama, is drawn from many sources. Smith transcribed field notes, countless numbers of letters he received, and the carbon copies of his replies, his published reports over a period of 50 years, wills, genealogical records, histories of the state and of the University of Alabama, and contemporary newspapers. More than 50 photographs illustrate the story, many of them made by Smith himself. This is a book about a small man who was larger than life, You won't soon forget him.